Every time you learn something new, you make new connections in your brain. That's what learning is. Learning is forging new synaptic connections. And as you begin to leave imprints in your neurological tissue as a result of your interaction in the environment, the next thing is that you're going to have an opportunity then to apply that information, to personalize it, to demonstrate it, and a certain group of people will get their behaviors to match their intentions, to get their actions equal to their thoughts. They'll step out into the unknown and they'll try it, and when they do, they'll have a new experience. An experience then enriches the brain, reorganizing more circuits than what you understood physiologically. But the moment those neurons string into place, the brain makes a chemical, and that chemical is called a feeling or an emotion in the moment. You feel unlimited the moment you feel like a patient parent, the moment you feel abundant, the moment you feel free. Now you are teaching your body chemically to understand what your mind is, intellectually understood. So we could say knowledge is for the mind and experience is for the body, and in that moment you're beginning to embody the truth of that philosophy, of that theory, and you're literally signaling new genes in new ways, and you are rewriting your biological program. But if you've done it once, it must mean you can do it again, and if you can repeat any experience over and over again, you are going to neurochemically condition your mind and body to begin to work as one. And when you've done something so many times that the body now knows how to do it as well as the mind now, it's becoming innate in you, it's second nature, it's easy, it's familiar, it's who you are. As a matter of fact, you've practiced it so many times that you don't even have to consciously think about it because it's becoming a subconscious program. So our job is to go from philosopher to initiate, to master, from knowledge to experience to wisdom, from mind to body to soul, from thinking to doing, to being, to learning it with your head, practicing it with your hands, and knowing it by heart. The next step in breaking the habit of being ourselves is understanding how important it is to get the mind and body working together and to break the chemical continuity of our guilty, ashamed, angry, depressed state of being, resisting the body's demand to restore. That old, unhealthy order isn't easy, but help is only a thought away. It is essential to an emotion that has become part of your personality, and then to recondition the body to a new mind. It's easy to feel hopeless when we realize that the chemistry of our emotions has habituated our bodies to a state of being that is too often a product of anger, jealousy, resentment, sadness, and so forth. After all, I've said that these programs, these propensities are buried in our subconscious. The good news is that we can become conscious, lie aware of these tendencies. For now, I hope you can accept that to change your personality, you need to change your state of being, which is intimately connected to feelings that you've memorized, just as negative emotions can become embedded in the operating system of your subconscious. So can positive ones at one time or another. We've all consciously declared, I want to be happy. But until the body is instructed, otherwise it's going to continue expressing those programs of guilt or sadness or anxiety. The conscious intellectual mind may reason that it wants joy, but the body has been programmed to feel otherwise for years. We stand on a soapbox proclaiming change to be in our best interest, but on a visceral level, we can't seem to bring up the feeling of true happiness. That's because mind and body aren't working together. The conscious mind wants one thing, but the body wants another. If you've been devoted to feeling negatively for years, those feelings have created an automatic state of being. We could say that you are subconsciously unhappy, right? Your body has been conditioned to be negative. It knows how to be unhappy better than your conscious mind knows. Otherwise, you don't even have to think about how to be negative. You just know that it's how you are. How can your conscious mind control this attitude in the subconscious? Some maintain that positive thinking is the answer. I want to be clear that by itself, positive thinking never works. Many so-called positive thinkers have felt negative most of their lives, and now they're trying to think positively. They are in a polarized state in which they're trying to think one way in order to override how they feel inside of them. They consciously think one way, but they are being the opposite. When the mind and body are in opposition, change will never happen by definition. Emotions are the end products of past experiences in life. When you're in the midst of an experience, the brain receives vital information from the external environment through 5 different sensory pathways: sight, smell, sound, taste, and touch. As that cumulative sensory data reaches the brain and is processed, Network works of neurons arrange themselves into specific patterns, reflecting the external event. The moment those nerve cells string into place, the brain releases chemicals. Those chemicals are called an emotion or a feeling. I use the words feelings and emotions interchangeably because they are close enough for our understanding. When those emotions begin to chemically flood your body, you detect a change in your internal order. You're thinking and feeling differently than you were moments before. Naturally, when you notice this change in your internal state,